Now, new developments in the search for answers about missing mother Jennifer Dulos. Good evening, everyone. I'm Denise DeCenzo.
And I'm Roger Suzanne. And the battle for her medical records is far from over. The mother of five's estranged husband, Fotis Dulos, was back in a Stanford courtroom today, but the judge denied his request.
But there's also a gag order on the table. Channel 3's Mike Savino was in the courtroom today and is joining us live now with the latest. Mike?
Yes, Denise, it was a very crowded courtroom today, even interested members of the public coming to see how things played out today. Those were the two biggest motions that were discussed today, in particular that gag order, the judge deciding to wait on ruling after Fotis Dulos' lawyer says he needs the ability to defend his client in the media. Fotis Dulos was in court today, again, on charges that he tampered with evidence in connection with the search for his wife, Jennifer Dulos, who's been missing since May 24th. His lawyer, Norm Pattis, was critical of prosecutors at times, saying they're not producing evidence as they're required to do. They're required to share it with the defense. He's asking for access to medical records. The judge would first have to review them to see if they're relevant. But Norm Pattis says that these records would help with an alternative theory that they floated, that Jennifer Dulos disappeared to frame her husband. He's been questioning her mental and emotional well-being, and we have some sound from him in the courtroom today.
To date, we have not been provided with one iota of evidence that we can actually review and see ourselves that supports the wild speculation that the state is engaged in here, that she was murdered. She's gone. We don't know why. And I think we're entitled to discover information that leads us to those answers, especially given the state's refusal to provide us with any information.
The judge denied that motion, saying that Norm Pattis did not present enough evidence to show that they're relevant, but he said he'd reconsider it if Norm presented more evidence in the future. As for the gag order, Pattis says he needs the ability to defend his client. This is a case that's gotten widespread attention. He also accused prosecutors and, more importantly, law enforcement of leaking information to the media. He also says his client faces all kinds of speculation. Prosecutors say the order would not prevent him from responding to criticism in the media, just that it would prevent him from saying things that could influence potential jurors. A judge did seem sympathetic to that, saying he needs to think about potential jurors and a fair trial for both the state and the defense. However, he declined to rule on that, giving both sides the time to present written arguments as to how he should rule on this. And coming up tonight on Eyewitness News at 6, we'll have more on how things played out. It was a 40-minute proceeding with 8 motions that were discussed. So a lot happening, again, in a crowded and at times tense proceeding. So we'll have more of that coming up at Eyewitness News at 6. Live from Stanford, Mike Savino, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.